for Hacker Replay today, I brought in 7 matches because I'm going to tell you, I was looking through, again, I had 500 submissions in the last week. Looking through all of them, it was very hard to find matches that didn't just say, this is very obvious and blatant. Almost every single one was. So a lot of very blatant, obvious cheaters running around, just ruining it for everyone. Normally, before CJX, I would get about 100 submissions per week. 500 now, that's a lot. Big increase. And today we have some cheats that apparently have resurfaced. Cheats that haven't been in the game for years are coming back, and we're going to look through those. But before we do that, chat, and also for the YouTube viewers, I do want to remind you guys that my hoodie, the one that I'm wearing right now, is only available until July 14th. After July 14th, you will not be able to buy this anymore. This is a pre-order, and then after July 14th, they make them all, they ship them all. The hoodies are only $60. I priced them as cheap as possible. So here, I'll go full screen so you guys can see it. So if you guys want to order a hoodie, do it now. If you're on YouTube, it'll be the first link in the description. Buy it now. Otherwise, if you wait past July 14th, it will never be available again. We got Fake Champ on the back. Made the hoodie the cheapest possible price. I already explained it before, but basically, normally I think the hoodies would go for about 100 to 110, but I just told them I didn't want any of a cut because I just would rather you guys get a good quality hoodie for a cheap price. So I think we're basically selling it at cost plus whatever Raven's share is, which I would assume is like at least a few bucks. So let's get into Hacker Replay. We're going to go into the quick match first because from what they told me, if this submission is to be believed, the cheaters have brought back teleporting cheats as well as a number of other cheats. In this match, we have Recruit, who's accusing his teammate, the Ying. Oh. Okay, he definitely has another cheat where, look, when he shotguns, it just opens the entire wall. That shotgun should not be doing that much destruction. He obviously has walls as well. Oh! Alright. And there's the teleport. I think we saw the teleport before Siege X, but there it is again. So you can see here when he vaults over the railing and it just teleports Ying to the other side of the map where he then shoots the Valkyrie in the back. That is back. So we have mass destruction, we have teleport, we have aimbot walls, everything. What? How is he doing? What? He has his phone out. He can do all this. I assume that's not a bug. No, it's not. So, another annoying thing with this for the defending team, because it's in casual, he currently has like God mode on, because in casual, attackers can't be hurt in the first 10 seconds. So you can see on the top right, as it hits 249, it says attacker safeguards, well, I assume that means inactive now. But so for those 10 seconds, Ying is completely invincible. So I don't know what this phone has to do with it, like why pulling out the phone lets him do all this. There he actually takes some damage. Alright, so same thing on the next round, but with the phone out for some reason. That's disabled if you make it into the building. Oh, I did forget about that. But never mind, he could have taken damage, I guess they just didn't. I want to see what he does with Scopos and why I choose Scopos rather than any other operator. Oh. Hmm. Okay. So, once this match is over, I'll explain a few of the cheats and how a lot of them work. What the fuck was that? What? What am I watching? Oh no, not this one again. Not the to the moon teleport. So he can't take fall damage for some reason. That I don't understand how he's doing. Bruh. What is going on? This is literally, I remember when Theme Park came out, so that would have been year 2. This is what cheaters were like. I don't know how they brought it back. Oh, and then he died. So he did take fall damage there. Okay, so I'm going to explain a few cheats. And give you guys a bit of a rundown on how they're able to pull it off. And I'm sure Ubisoft, because they've patched similar things in the past, they'll probably be able to patch this again. So the first cheat, teleportation. What they're able to do is basically lie to the server. And the way like Siege and any FPS game works is that your client will do something and then it says, hey server, this is what my person did. And then usually there's a few checks to make sure, you know, stuff isn't breaking. So the server will be like, sounds good to me, and just let you do it. Sometimes it'll be like, whoa, 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 that doesn't sound right, and it'll revert you. That's usually what rubber banding is, where on your client it says you can go through this door, but on the server it says there's a barricade. And then you just keep rubber banding back until you go somewhere else. So the way they take advantage of this is that the cheaters are able to basically, on their client, say, I'm going to vault and I'm going to land somewhere. And they just lie and they say, I'm actually going to land up here. Obviously, that's not possible, but the server doesn't know that that's not possible. They just said, oh, they're vaulting and they landed. Cool. So the way they keep doing that is just by lying to the server and being like, hey, I actually landed here. And then the server's like, okay, you landed there, but you're not there, so we're just going to, like, move you. And then it accepts it. That is also how he's able to fly into the sky. So he just vaults beforehand. Like right here, he'll vault. And then just lie and say, I'm actually, you know, up in the sky. I don't understand how he's able to aim down sight while falling. Or does it stop him? No, he's able to aim down sight like the entire way. I don't understand how he's able to do that. I don't know how he's telling the system that that's okay. I also don't understand how he's able to stop his fall damage other than maybe telling the system that he didn't actually fall, which is, I guess, maybe how he's doing the aim down sight. If the system doesn't actually think he fell, then I guess it'll be fine. But no, the system has to know he's falling and it has to know he's in the sky because we see it like that. So I honestly don't know how he's doing that. Because, like, here, when he vaults, as soon as he goes into the sky, he should be unable to aim down sight. Because on the server's end, he is falling. It doesn't matter that he vaulted. It doesn't matter that it's in the sky. He is falling. Whether he's falling from up there or falling from over here or falling from here, Or even falling from rafters down to first floor. It should all be the same. So I don't know how he's circumventing that. Obviously, it doesn't last forever because he does manage to somehow not stop fall damage here. He gets the kill, but then he falls and dies. I don't know what he did differently. I don't really know what happened on the ladder. So using the ladder, he's able to, I guess, warp through the floor. And then just look. I don't know what the point of this is. I don't know what this does or how he does it. And then just goes right back. I don't know. I'd be very curious to see if this person's already been banned or not. Yeah, he's already been banned. So that's the first cheat that's back. So apparently in this next match, also the second match, there's another cheat that's back. Actually, oh, they don't even say specifically what it is. It just says, I have a new old cheat for you. It's been around in gaming for a very long time, but has been absent from Rainbow Six for many years. But that's all they say. So I don't really know what to expect. And it's a 9-round match, so. With how choppy this guy is, I feel like he has got to be cheating, but I want to see what this old cheat is that he brings back. I guess that he doesn't know the map. Okay, nothing there. Bruh. I would be so pissed if I died to this. He's just in the plants. I don't know if this is the cheat. I assume it's not. I mean, it does look like he's trying to draw people towards him. Plants vs. Zombies gameplay. He's got to be able to get out of here, right? He does die. I don't think he actually can get out of here. I think he's stuck in here. Okay. Didn't look like he had like aimbot, but I'm pretty sure he had walls. Okay. So is he doing... Oh. Okay. So I'm assuming this is the cheat that he's talking about. Like he just consistently does this. Basically, I think this is just an exploit, not necessarily like walls, like an actual downloaded cheat. But the way the exploit works is using... you still have to use a cheat program, but it's not like aimbot, where basically you just like tell the server like, hey, I'm vaulting through this door, but it actually vaults you through the wall because it's just an animation, and then you fall through the wall into the floor, and then you can just run around. I don't know if he actually has walls. Because even here, it kind of looks like he's still exploring. Shotgun's also not necessarily working, or he just is whiffing. I can't tell. Looked like he was just whiffing. Okay, the audio desync was because of the kill cam. It wasn't like him shooting without shooting. He missed like 4 or 5 shotgun shots there. This is in a champ lobby, by the way. I'm really curious if he does anything on attack, because it looked like all the cheats and stuff he was doing were just defense things, like getting inside the map. How the fuck does Ubisoft not insta-ban this? People act like it's super easy to insta-ban something like this, and it sounds like in theory it should be, but it's not. So how do I explain this in a fair way? So people are like, oh, if they get into walls and get underneath the map, they should be insta-banned. However, there's always, like, on any map, there's always going to be issues where people accidentally fall through the map. That happens. It's happened to us. It's happened to me, where I remember on Coastline, I vaulted over into Courtyard and I just fell through the map. So you can't really insta-ban someone just because they fell through the map, because that can happen. But also, like, being down here, it's not that easy to just be like, if someone's down here, ban them. You can't just do that, because also, like, what if their foot clips through the floor? Or what if, like, they're prone next to this table and half their body's clipping through, and then the system's like, oh, they're underneath the map, ban them. Like, it's not that easy to just be like, just ban that person immediately. It's not just detect it. And at the end of the day, an easy way to remember whether this would be easy or not is just think. These people are paid so much money to develop this anti-cheat. If it was that easy, they would just do it. Rarely is it ever that easy, because if it was, again, they would just do it. I can't tell if he has scripts or not, because he's shooting like 1 foot away, but he keeps testing his recoil. He did that with Alibi as well. Bro, he has hit the door frame every single time. You can call it door frame 50 Cent, because he just got shot 21 times. A part of me wants to be like, he has walls, because he seems to be playing like he knows where people are. But I think it actually is something else. So here's my theory, again, without like proper testing or confirmation, but you can see here, he keeps like lagging as soon as he's about to go around a corner. So the thing he's using to get underneath the map is a like lag thing. It makes him lag so that on his end, he can still see everything and move around, but on the server's end, he's just walking in place, and then it teleports him back. So I think what he does here is he swings this with the lag thing, sees where Mozzie is, teleports back, lines up, and then pre-fires, because he sees him, but Mozzie doesn't see him. Because on Mozzie's end, when he's holding this, he doesn't see anyone. And then Yana knows where he is. I don't think he's walling, I just think he's using a lot of, like, cheats that basically make him lag to his advantage. It's still cheating, but it's not your traditional aimbot / wall hacks thing. He also doesn't seem to know where people are without, like, he'll run to a door and then, yeah, he does it every time he goes to a doorway. So that's 100% what he's doing. He's making it lag so that he can see and the other person won't be able to see them. I want to see if he does anything else, though, on attack, because so far all it seems to be is just lag stuff. Lag through the map, and then also lag to peek. Yeah, it's every time he rounds a corner, he does it. And then all of a sudden, he's ready to fight. That's definitely what he's doing. So it's not, I mean, I don't know if it really is an old cheat, because I don't remember this being that prominent. But it's definitely a cheat. And then I assume on defense, he just falls to the map or something. He actually ends up losing. Please tell me he dies while lagging. He does. He does the lag thing to peek him and see where he is. and then he dies while doing it because he's just, that's his Ionic clone. Watch. He does the leg peek, and then the C4 lands right on him. What a fucking idiot. So this person is on a level 52 account, shocker, with only a 1.29 KD in 10 matches, and only a 50% win rate overall. Crazy that using cheats, he can't even win a majority of his matches. All right. So that should be it for like the new cheats, the new whatever. Now the rest of them should be just good old-fashioned cheats, just normal. And again, I tried so hard to find matches that were not obvious. I couldn't. Literally every single submission was like Blaine cheater, Blaine cheater, Blaine waller, Blaine aimbot, or Blaine whatever. I'm like, I'm just trying to find non-obvious matches so we can do a little bit of detective work, but those don't really seem to exist. Okay, in this match we have Karl Marx, who is accusing Pauly's World. He does die without getting a kill in the first round. He's doing a lot of droning for a supposed cheater. I feel like no cheater I watch ever drones this much. Doing all this droning just to die as soon as he pushes in here. What is this mirror setup? I mean, it's working. Obviously, that is a reinforced wall. It's just not showing properly. I gotta say, so far, it does not seem like they're cheating. He seems very lost on where people are. But maybe he toggles. Yeah, Harp. I love any match where we can try to, like, do some detective work, but... I mean, maybe this will be one, because it doesn't seem to be obvious, at least so far. Honestly, I couldn't even see them. How did he see them? Actually, oh no, he's hitting the Azami. Like the Azami barrier. And then I think he realizes that they're on the left. This is quite the strange approach, because normally people repel to make it even harder for the defenders to attack them. Also, Maverick is not hitting the wall properly. Body. The way he's flicking around makes me a little weirded out by it, because it seems like he knows where they are, but then he's kind of trying to like flick to them, but it could also just be like he is seeing them as we see them. Keep holding that with one ammo seems crazy. Bruh. Hold up. Giant, we're gonna need a third person perspective on this one. That was something else. Alright, look. Doc goes for the revive, gets it off, dies. Zero runs past the mute. Mute then kills Dokkaebi. They are standing next to each other, and they have no idea. Still nothing obvious. Hold up. What did I just see? Okay, I haven't seen too much of it. Is this what looks like the OBS cheat? Because I feel like I saw like one clip of it and it looked like they had to like aim down sight and stare at them to see them pop up. And I feel like that's what's happening here. Like he keeps doing this. Like the first time it looked weird because it looked like someone chat said it looked like a Discord screen share, which I agree with. It looked like he was moving his aim but not looking because it looked like he was trying to line him up based off of another perspective. I don't know how to describe it other than it, like the actions and how he moved his aim. It looked like that. But then here he does it where he just like straight up looks at them through the wall. Like he keeps looking over at him and then pushing up. So he's definitely cheating. I don't know what type of cheat this is. I don't know if this would be the OBS cheat. Because he has to keep like looking over at him and confirming that he's there. And from what someone in the chat said, apparently the OBS cheat is it like flickers. So I feel like that could be the OBS cheat right there. Which, in case you don't know, I don't even know how you do it, but I know there is a cheat with OBS where you can basically have walls and it's free. But it's definitely going to be something that's going to be bannable because the crazy thing with it is it doesn't even matter whether you are using like downloaded cheats or OBS cheats. If you are walling, people are going to report you for cheating and you're going to get banned. So even though it's not like normal cheats, it's still cheating. That's most definitely OBS. It does feel weird. It feels different than how people normally wall. I feel like he should have known that. I mean, we know he has walls because he was lining the guy up through the wall before, but maybe that's how he's dying is because if it is the OBS cheat, which is inconsistent, he's probably just running in and dying without knowing where they are because it doesn't always show. He actually somehow manages to go barely positive in a match where he is very blatantly cheating. Bruh. I feel like if you're gonna cheat, especially on match point, maybe don't make it that obvious. Honestly, I feel like he might just have straight up walls, but I could be wrong. He also doesn't... He's either being affected by the new bug or he's just so tunnel visioned on cheating that he doesn't notice, but he keeps pushing with like 1 or 2 ammo and then running out of ammo and then having to reload mid gunfight. Bruh. I love how he's also doing the 360s because he's trying to like look good. Because he definitely thinks that he's a good player, but he is just a blatant cheater. Let's see if he is banned. I would assume not. Not banned. Only in gold. Trash. If you're cheating, you should be well beyond gold by now. It's been like a whole month. Come on. Alright. Next match. I think this one also should be somewhat, or should hopefully be somewhat subtle. The other ones have all been very blatant. Oh, this is actually the wrong match. Alright, in this match we have U222 who's accusing Unk Jake. Okay, so it's definitely the Sledge who submitted it, but the guy who says he submitted it is the Dokkaebi. Weird. But anyways, it's Unk Jake. He was aiming at them through the wall already. And he's about to pop off here. I think he gets a triple kill. The first one seemed a little sus. The rest of them seemed okay. He doesn't get any kills this round. Why do people cheat in this game? It defeats the whole purpose of this game. I mean, that is an argument you can make about literally any type of cheating in anything, and it stands true no matter what. Cheating is pointless, but there are people who tie their self-worth to how well they do in a video game. And even if they cheat, if they do well with cheats, they still think, I did well. And then they feel better about themselves. It's one of those things where I'm like, I'm genuinely curious what people would do if they couldn't cheat in a video game. Like, would they just find a different hobby? Would they just, like, hate their life and hate themselves? Probably. Because, like, I don't think anyone who cheats in a game has good self-esteem. Or good mental health. I mean, they're obviously all mentally ill in some way if they cheat in a video game. Seems like he's doing the... We've seen it before where cheaters, instead of like full auto firing, they'll like tap fire really rapidly. It sounded like that, but I can't tell if that was just an audio bug or if that's actually what it was. He pops off at the very end, but doesn't really do much throughout the rest of the round. He does spend a lot of the round just like sitting and waiting and usually holding the wrong area. I think he's held the wrong area every single round. When they were holding Master, he would hold full Master size Solarium. You hit him there. You would be able to hear that. When you hit a bullet on someone, it sounds different than when you just spray. I don't know, like... The first round was a little suspicious because it looked like he kept looking at people through walls, but I gotta say, like, after that, I don't really see a whole lot. He seems fine. So far. But if they lose... Actually, they don't lose this round. We know he wins. That pre-fire was kind of crazy. Oh. Yeah, of course I say all that, and then, like... He just sits here. For some reason, he decides to pre-fire as soon as he peeks, and he just stares at the glass through the wall and then pre-fires them. So he obviously is cheating. I, for a second, gave him a slight benefit of the doubt, and then he immediately starts cheating. Oh, they actually... The cheater loses. He does seem a little bit lost, which I wouldn't expect of an Emerald player who seems to know where most people are. Like, he's walking on the outside of the map very slowly instead of just running to where he needs to go. See, look at the window above now because someone just ran up there. Oh, he doesn't. I still think with that one round with Valkyrie, I think we have to say he's cheating, right? I can watch round 4 just in case, but I think he's cheating. Like, with how he pre-fired Callie and then he traced glass through the wall and then just pre-fired him, like, he has to be cheating. Bruh. pre-fired the warden even though he didn't even see him yet. So warden goes to swing. As soon as he starts swinging, he pre-fires before the warden's visible and tries to hit him through the wall. So yeah. Alright. That was enough extra proof. He has not been banned yet. He has a 1.1 KD only. His KD actually went down after he started cheating. That is kind of really sad. He was doing better legitimately, unless he was cheating before as well. I don't know. Shield guard is really dog shit. So, an important thing for people to remember, which is not defending Ubisoft at all, it actually is like maybe calling them out a little bit. People were under the assumption that shield guard was like a new anti-cheat and that things were going to be like vastly different with a new anti-cheat. Shield guard is the same as what it was before. They just bundled it all up and called it shield guard. Shield guard isn't a new thing. It is literally just the name of all of their anti-cheat measures. So before they had battle eye, they had we'll just call it generic things like aimbot watcher, walls watcher, exploit watcher, and instead of like having them all be separate, they just said it's all now shield guard. So shield guard isn't anything new. There's literally nothing new. It is the same old stuff. I do think Ubisoft was intentionally misleading on that in the sense that they wanted to make it sound really good, and like they have new things that are adding to the bundle, so it's technically there is new stuff, but like they made it sound like it was a new battle eye, but it's not. It is just all of their anti-cheat bundled together. It was marketing. That's a good way to put it. It was a marketing term. Shield guard should, like, you guys shouldn't have expected shield guard to like completely change everything. What I expected to change was they mentioned how like they would be able to just like press a button and disable cheats. I haven't seen that once yet, so I was led to believe that that would be a revolutionary change that would fix everything, and so far we've seen nothing, so not great. All right, moving on to the next match, Canal. In this match, we have Panic Spam, who's accusing two people. This is actually a cheater versus cheater lobby. We have Swayze Runs EU, as well as, I assume it's I'm a Gooner. So we have a cheater versus cheater lobby. I'm going to guess that Vigil's going to be blatant, which is going to cause I'm a Gooner to go blatant as well, and then they're just going to have a blatant off. Yes. That is exactly what happens. He is just tracking people. I'm going to see if I'm a Gooner does the same thing. He doesn't seem to be. It is just a quick glance, but it does not look like he's cheating to the same level as Vigil. So this could be a case of someone White Knight cheating. Which, in case you're not familiar with the term, White Knight cheating is where someone claims that they only activate their cheats when they're facing a cheater. Because they don't want to cheat in general, but they don't mind cheating if there's a cheater to try to, like, even the odds. Very rarely does someone actually, you know, only cheat when there's a cheater. Normally they cheat all the time. Or they claim everyone's cheating, so they always do it. I'm gonna assume he's walling here based off him trying to bait the Goyle, yeah. Okay, so both of them cheating. And they're, let's see whose is better. They both seem like bots. Okay, so I don't know how many of you guys ever watched the video called the Tarkov, or the wiggle that ruined Tarkov or whatever. But here's how the cheaters are communicating with each other. So they both try to pre-fire each other through the wall, and so they just start teabagging each other. So they know each other are cheating. And they're like communicating that, I guess. curious if he goes like crazy toggle here. All right, let's see. I'm a Gooner, gets 5 kills here. I think he might go full run and gun cheats. I want to know how he beats the other cheater. Basically, whoever swings wins that gunfight. Alright, they're both going full blatant. Alright, 51% of you think Gooner's gonna win, 49% of you think Swayze is gonna win. If I were these cheaters, I'd feel a little bit bad that that people don't believe in me. Bam. Rip his dock, though. Bro, they're just crouch spamming at each other. That's how they communicate. What do you think the odds are that they actually became friends and added each other after this? And we're like, we might as well just cheat together if we're both gonna cheat. And then Gooner gets the last kill. Damn. Alright, I guess we'll see, basically here, because it's only a 6-round match, we'll confirm who wins. If there's 2 cheaters, what happens to the rollback? No idea. I don't think Ubisoft even planned for that, because they were like, what are the odds that there's 2 cheaters? Aye. You didn't even hit him. What? You hit the door frame or window frame? Oh, Swayze got him. Chat. Looks like Swayze wins. Hate to be the bearer of bad news for all the Gooner supporters. He does run all the way across the map to go kill the one guy who's just trying to hide and save his KD. Kind of mean. Let the man live. Gooner trolling with a pistol. What a bozo. He cost you your points. That's why you should never support a cheater. They're still just teabagging each other. This is literally Tarkov, where the cheaters just communicate with movements. I love how he still feels like he has to flashbang people even when he's just blatantly tracking them. Alright, Swayze wins. I want to see if they ended up queuing together, because I would actually feel really bad for them if this is how they find friends. They did. They started queuing together. It's Junior too easy. So they play against each other. Oh, and then they start queuing together. Yeah, they're together again. Together again. Together again. They played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They played 15 games together after encountering each other in a match. So they became friends after this. That is very, very pathetic. In this match, we have Durkin, who's accusing Spoit M.80, his own teammate. He's just AFK. He shot, but he died. I feel like he's probably cheating. Some people that cheat do it because they hate losing. I mean, it all goes back to what I said before. I don't think there's a single person who cheats in an online video game who doesn't have mental health problems. They have confidence issues. They have overall self-esteem issues. It's a very sad state of affairs, but the mentally unwell are obviously going to cheat in however way they can. I think he's walling. He is definitely cheating. He is lining them up. Even when outside and has no info, he is lining them up through the wall. So I'll definitely do the 7th match because this was very, very quick. Meemaw Swings, who is a plat with a 1.65 KD, previously copper with a 0.2 KD, before that emerald with a 1.3-ish KD. Feel pretty confident that he's cheating. I'll just go to round 8. I think he team kills him in round 9. And we'll get a little bit more proof, and then we'll watch the 7th match. He's looking right at him. He knows. Oh my god, his vehicle control. He missed everything but one bullet. Damn. He is definitely walling. He's just terrible. Do I get these people banned? No. So I'll quickly explain this before I go into the 7th extra match. In the past, people who cheated on Hacker Replay would get banned, but that's not really the case anymore. Basically, I cannot report people unless it happens to me. So I can't report for you guys. I used to have a UB dev who would watch through my Hacker Replays and then ban all the people who were obvious, but I don't think that's a thing anymore because there's just not enough resources and time to do that. Because of other stuff that's, you know, behind the scenes that you guys don't know about. So I used to have people actually like go through and ban them, but not anymore. So unfortunately, a majority of this is just mainly like for fun. We review matches, we see new cheats, we talk about the issues, I explain how things work, and then that's about it. If Ubisoft devs go through it after and then ban them, that's awesome. But as far as I'm aware, there is no one who does it right now, like weekly. So it sucks, but what can we do? Final match of the day. We have on.25 who's accusing Jinxie126. This was, I think, the only match I could find from the matches I looked at where it wasn't supposed to be someone who's like blatantly obvious. We had one earlier that was supposed to be somewhat subtle, but I think it was pretty obvious. Yeah, I looked through like 100 matches where I actually looked at the text documents and stuff, and this was the only one that didn't say obvious. But we'll see. Tell them that the Roni is one of the best SMGs in the game. I'd probably argue it's one of the worst ones now, with how little limb damage it does and with how little ammo it has. It's a fast fire rate weapon, but there's a lot of better choices that have better stats in both of those categories. You could get a higher fire rate weapon with more ammo than the Roni. Now, when you're choosing the Roni between that and the Commando 9, I kind of get it, because the Commando 9, while I like it, is a slow fire rate weapon. High fire rate will always be better for headshots. But I definitely would not call it one of the best guns in the game. It's probably not even close. In my opinion. They're just better choices. Or one for the jump out, even though you can't really do that anymore. He actually almost lost that. Don't tell me they both just run into this guy here. Just go literally anywhere else. Oh, just kidding. They ran in. No way all three of them run in at once, right? No way. That is exactly what happened. I do want to see if the Konami knew. I don't think they did. They were doing a lot of 360s, though. He did pre-fire exactly where he was. Yeah, all 4 of them are in piano / cigar. He just did his aim as the person was about to peek. Seems oddly coincidental. He knows that someone's pushing white now, even though none of his teammates are watching that. No one was even pinging that. He looked right at them. He didn't even react. I think because he's too focused on the butt here. Bro, he just keeps shooting at them directly through the wall. I think he has to be cheating. I think he's just doing a somewhat okay job of trying to hide it. Since he's missing a lot. And he's still doing 360s, and I think he lagged there a little bit because he just stopped moving. You know, honestly, I think I'm pretty confident that he is cheating, so I might just go to the last round. And we'll see what happens. He's 13-5. Bruh. He's literally changing his aim based off of whether he's standing or crouched. So he's a little bit low right now. Then he moves it up as he pushes forward. He aims at standing level. Bandit crouches. He moves his aim down. Bandit stands. He moves his aim up. He is just walling. Very blatant. I did get his full name. His Govey. Dominations is apparently his real name. He has been a multi-season Emerald. Once been champ. Encounters has no cheaters on it. Now I kind of want to review more. I think it's obvious. I think he's walling, right, chat? I don't think I need more proof, but now I'm kind of tempted to get more just because of the long history. When was he champ? In Deep Freeze. He's just Yana cloning out in the open. If anyone peeked that window, he's just dead. But he's not concerned about it, and he's just sprinting in. Like, that is not a champ level play. You would never do that out in the open like that. And then, I know he knows it's clear because of the drone, but also it seems like he's not worried about that bandit who could be anywhere. I think he does it again here where, look, he swings the bandit. He's aimed at head level standing. And then bandit crouches. He crouches and pre-fires his head before... He doesn't even see him. He just swings and, like, pre-fires too early. And keeps changing his height. Now he's standing level. Going back and forth. Like, I think he's walling for sure. And, like... What is that EMP? That's supposed to be a noise cover? It's the only thing I can think of. And then he does it again. He doesn't even see Bandit, and he changes his aim to crouched because Bandit is crouched. So Bandit, he doesn't see him. I guess he sees him a little bit there, so you could argue that maybe he did see him enough to react like that, but... He now knows someone's in small bakery, even though no one has a drone there at all. And if I saw that correctly, Fenrir, like, yes, aim down sight walk, so like, this would not be that audible for him to know and then pre-fire like this. No, he's definitely walling. He's gotta be walling. Alright, that is it for Hacker Replay today. I thought we'd at least have one match where maybe they weren't cheating and it was just like, suspicions raised. Nope, they're all Blaine cheaters. But chat, that's going to be it for Hacker Replay today. Sad state of affairs that all those old cheats are back. We have teleporting cheats back. We have flying cheats back. Full aimbot, full everything. But at least from what we could tell, the guy was teleporting and using all those cheats. He got banned right away. So I guess those cheats are available, but if you use them, you'll just get banned. So that's good. That's something. A lot of the other people weren't banned, though. I don't think any other cheater was banned except for the teleporting one. Hopefully we get an update soon. I don't think we're going to. I think this is probably going to be what cheating is like all summer until next season. We'll see.